Good morning, Francine. So nice to see you. Come on in. I'm Christina Leinart, and I'm meeting here with you today for PAT. And just wanted to kind of go over with you the plan for the Amalgamated Consolidated Industries performance metrics today, and kind of give you a touch point as to who the employees are, where we may see some increases in salary, as well as sort of their overall add value to the team, as well as potential issues that we may see as far as future trainings, or just continuing to enhance their abilities, and so potentially driving them towards some performance metrics, if you will. So with that in mind, today is January 22nd. I just want to go ahead and next touch on the deliverables. As you requested, the plan was to present to you deliver the email with regard to the org chart, the recommendations, including raises, promotions, and employee appraisals. And that was delivered to you by the 19th. Today, on the January 22nd, we are meeting in person to discuss the review of the plans, estimates of the world-class unit, and then discuss and finalize the org chart. I'm sure you've had a chance to review that as well. Going forward, just to continue to touch point and level set on what the expectations are from here, is that by January 31st, Francine will review and approve the org chart, raises, promotions, and restructures. As we're reviewing this today in person, I'm sure you'll have another few days to go ahead and finalize those approvals, or I'll make any adjustments to those as far as our discussion here today. In addition, going forward on February 5th, I'll go ahead and make those announcements to the team, as well as review the in-person plans and performance reviews, discuss any org chart revisions or any potential impacts to the team, and then schedule any action plans going forward. With that said, I want to just jump into sort of the two categories of breakdown for the employees. Some employees are subject to promotions. Some employees are subject to just maintaining their current position, however may or may not have received an increase in salary. We'll go through those in detail. And then some employees are subject to action plan. Action plan wouldn't necessarily mean that this is an adverse impact to their growth, and that we've seen adverse impact, and so we sort of feel like this is sort of the final stage before termination. Although some employees will see that as well. But we also will see those employees that may just need that help getting over the next hurdles that they see in their future, and then potential for them to grow even further with the company and enhance their teams or their growth potential there. So just again to recap, we'll go ahead and go over the spreadsheet of employee promotions, including any action plans for those employees who are either potentially termination bound or promotion bound. To kind of give you a key as to the metrics in which I determined raises and evaluations, any employee who is ranked with an outstanding would be guided, entitled to a 4% increase in their salary based on merit. Anyone with a 2 or 3, their range would be between 3 and 3.5%. And then anyone at the below average or needs improving stage, the 4s or the 5s, would be subject to 0% increase, and most likely subject to an action plan of some sort. Now going forward to the spreadsheet, I understand this is probably a little bit of information, I should say a lot of information on a small spreadsheet. But the reason I wanted to put it together like this was so that we could really see sort of the overall impacted areas of the overall salary for the department. And so you can see those people that fall into that orange category, the 4s and the 5s, which would be Karina and James. Those are employees that really could be in the red zone, if you will, of potential termination or put on some sort of recommendation counseling. and so we'll go ahead and proceed with those. The increases are highlighted in yellow, and those are recommended increases for both merit and or promotional increases. So just going down the row, let's start the column with Leslie. He has expected growth into management, needs a little help with management for enhanced capacities and possible promotion, but excellent work ethic, long-term employee, warranting him with a 4% increase in pay, about $4,400. Karina, she needs performance counseling and warning. She's a rating of a 4. Really, there's no demotion, even though she has been struggling here in the position. I think she just needs some progressive counseling that will help apply, for a quick turn time of mandatory projected goals and responsibilities. I think action plan for her would be great. She is newer to the company. She was not here last year. Again, therefore, there's no rating. There's no merit increase at this time. Even though she's level 4, she's again going to be put on that progressive action plan so that we can sort of get her where she needs to be, as there's been some miscommunication about her growth and potential here. With Chris, moving on to Chris, assistant treasurer, we've got Chris sitting at a 3.5% increase, which is about $3,500. He's also subject to promotion, sort of in abilities only, not in title. So promotion to more senior assistance treasurer role, and responsibilities due to his technical abilities and overall strategic mindset. He has some proven growth and capacity for change, and so we definitely want to put him into some professional counseling, recommended for some emotional maturity measures, even though we do recommend Chris has almost the max increase. We didn't give him the 4% increase because of some sort of inability to manage his emotions in a way, and so we don't feel like it's a situation where he won't be able to grow out of it. We definitely want to put him into some counseling though, so we can see where he'll progress from there. Overall, amazing opportunity there to have Chris with our team, and just tons of work ethic and tons of drive and growth there, but we just need some help with the polish on him. With James, he's a long-term employee with he's been with the company for a long time. He doesn't seem to grow too much in each of his roles. He's actually really kind of on target to be terminated because over the years that he's been with us a very long time, he sort of perpetually role turns, and so he will be with a role a short time, sort of be utilized to his maximum potential. The management staff will realize that, and then it sort of is overridden by his ability or his lack of ability to grow. So James, we do see as a gap, and so he, we will want to watch him for future, employee evaluations to potentially terminate him for just poor growth, and he'll need performance counseling and a warning as well with this annual review, an official warning and counseling to be instated for him. As far as the next person, we do have an open management role, I should mention, although for purposes of this evaluation there wasn't salary built into the maximum budget, and so for this purpose we'll skip over this position for now, but obviously in the future we'll want to maintain sort of whether or not that position should be filled, and then what that salary expectation is so that we could backfill into the budget. The next person is Richard Williams. He is the manager. We do see Richard as a level 3 rating, so slightly lower than last year. We do still see him as a merit increase of 3% of $2,975 for a total salary of $90,950. His performance is above average, and look to the employee to gain additional insight and job responsibilities. So I think there's definitely potential for that. He may excel at mentoring more junior employees for quicker progression. We feel like that feedback of a sort of mutually exclusive role may help him with his progression. We will also want to assign him some more project-based work to allow the employee to to prove his work ethic and learn team dynamic. We do recommend some we do recommend some professional counseling for him for some emotional maturity and progression in the role, hence the reason why his ranking fell from a 2 last year to a 3 this year. Moving on to Pam Sullivan, it's just a 3% increase here, also ranking from a 2 to a 3, so a slightly reduced rating there. Pam does need additional attention and professional growth training under leadership of the current manager. Her growth is sort of stagnant, and so we recognize as a management team that we have potential in her and do need to take a moment to invest in her growth in order for us to continue with that progression. Her performance is above average, but more could be done to utilize her expertise. So again, that's really where we need to step in and utilize her and help get her to where she needs to be for the progression of the world-class team that we need. So a lot of this is sort of top down in that some of our employees have potential, but to this point, we really haven't put the proper tools in place to utilize their potential. So with that, moving on to Terry Tisdale. Terry we see as going from a 2 to a 1, so definitely an increase in rating and a 4% increase there. This is a highly dedicated employee with above average output. He's not interested in promotion because of his work-life balance, so therefore we did allow him the maximum raise without a promotion. We do want to get him some professional counseling recommended for his emotional maturity, because again, just having some individuals on the team that aren't fully polished in their emotional maturity, I think it's really important to kind of level set on that and focus on that in the future for us to be able to maximize the team as a world-class organization. Moving on to John Ravi, we're really excited about John. We actually gave him this year, or project to give him not only the 4% increase, but also a promotional increase. And with that said, he's an excellent thought leader. He's ready to be promoted to a more senior level analyst role, keeping the title the same as an analyst, but just at a higher pay grade, more responsibilities, more input, more engagement and ownership. There again won't be a title change, but additional responsibilities with more of the strategic projects and thinking and mindset there. So overall, our current pay for the team is all in at $700,000. We did have an allowance to go to $728,000. As you can see on the spreadsheet, we do actually max out at the $728,000 exactly, and those increases are there highlighted in yellow for your use. Well, yeah, I certainly hope this was helpful today to sit and meet and discuss the team. I hope I was able to give you some valuable insights on their progression, areas of needed improvement, not only from the employees themselves, but also from the top-down management piece. What our responsibility is to the team as far as really just investing in them. We do have a great set of people, with exception to one person or one other person who just may have the value there, but just really not have been utilized to her full potential. But I certainly hope that this gives you an idea sort of where we are with the team and kind of what we need to do in order to get to that world-class level of excellence within the team, as well as, I'm open to taking any questions that you may have from here. Thank you so much. I do appreciate your time.